Don't be a turd. If you're strong, be a protector, and if you're smart, be a humble influencer. Strength and intelligence can be weapons, and do not wield them against the weak. That makes you a bully. Be bigger than that.
Not everyone in Hollywood has a glamorous start. Some stars are born into opportunity, into wealthy families, with a path set for them. But there are also those who forge their own paths, slowly, sometimes awkwardly, but with such force that nothing can stop them. Chris Pratt belongs to the latter group. Before he was one of the world's top box office stars, Pratt was just a drifter. He dropped out of college, waited tables in Hawaii, and even slept in an old truck parked near the beach. There was nothing certain about his life, except a glimmer of hope that one day he would get in front of a camera. He had no mentors, no family in the industry, no one betting on him. But Pratt had something Hollywood sometimes needs more than talent: natural charisma and a tenacity to never give up. His first role was in Everwood, and then Parks and Recreation. But to be fair, Parks and Recreation was the first mini-hit. Pratt's character, Andy Dwyer, was a clumsy, childish, and lovable jerk. Audiences loved him so much that he was originally written as a supporting character, but the writers decided to keep him, making him a permanent character. Pratt began to be widely known, but as a supporting comedian, not a movie star. And that was the invisible box Pratt was trapped in for years. In Hollywood, when audiences and filmmakers get used to you in one genre, it's hard to move into another. Pratt wanted more, but all he got were similar roles: the nice, funny, slightly awkward guy. He had fame, but no career. He had a steady job, but no bright future. In his personal life, Pratt is married to actress Anna Faris. They were one of the funniest, most adorable couples in Hollywood at the time. They had a son named Jack, who was born prematurely and had struggled with health problems since birth. Pratt and Faris went through that difficult time together, cherishing their family even more and growing closer. But the pressures of their careers, their long schedules, and the gap in their fame gradually caused cracks in their marriage, and eventually, they chose the path of divorce. Pratt was a devoted father, a beloved actor, but also a man at a crossroads. His career was not taking off, his family was broken, and he was no longer young enough to easily restart. And then, Marvel came knocking. They were building a whole new superhero team, the Guardians of the Galaxy. They wanted a new face to play Peter Quill, a cosmic treasure hunter who was adventurous, witty, and cool enough to carry the team of eccentric characters. Chris Pratt made the shortlist, but the problem was his looks. Pratt was chubby, not superhero-like. Marvel liked his personality, but didn't believe audiences would accept a Star-Lord like that. And that was the turning point. Pratt made an uncompromising decision, a complete transformation. 6 months of daily training, strict diet, cutting out all old habits, transforming both body and mind. He lost nearly 30 kilograms, gained muscle, learned weapons skills, trained physically, practiced acting with a different demeanor. The result, a new Chris Pratt, both strong and confident, and still retaining his natural sense of humor. When Guardians of the Galaxy was released in 2014, it became a global phenomenon. From a little-known Marvel brand, the film brought in more than $770 million, turned a cast of quirky characters into pop culture icons, and most importantly, it turned Chris Pratt into an international star overnight. Hollywood no longer sees Pratt as a funny sidekick, but as a leading man who can carry both comedy and action, attracting audiences and investors. That success led Pratt to Jurassic World, 2015. This time, the pressure was even greater, reviving the legendary dinosaur brand. But Pratt proved once again that he could carry a huge project. The film surpassed the $1.6 billion mark, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of all time. The name Chris Pratt is now a box office guarantee. At the same time, Pratt proved his versatility, voicing the resounding success of the Lego Movie, 2014, followed by Pixar's Onward, 2020, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie, 2023, an animated film that broke box office records. In less than a decade, Pratt went from unknown to the top of the list of Hollywood's most expensive and versatile actors. If you look at your career, past, supporting TV roles, steady but limited income. Present, multi-million-dollar film contracts, estimated assets of over $80 million, a place on the list of the world's highest-paid actors. If you look at your relationships, past, a marriage full of laughter but ended unfinished. Present, a new family with Katherine Schwarzenegger, 2 young daughters, raising a son Jack, a private. Quiet, peaceful, happy life. If you look at his public image, past, a beloved supporting actor in the sitcom fan community. Present, a global star, part Star-Lord in Marvel, part Owen Grady in Jurassic World, part Mario, part producer, part devoted father, part man who knows how to keep himself in the most brutal industry in the world. Chris Pratt no longer has to look for opportunities. Opportunities come to him. Big directors, big studios, risky projects are all willing to bet on him. Pratt is not just an actor, he is a brand. And importantly, he still retains his humor, approachability, and authenticity. He can still poke fun at himself on talk shows, still send thank you messages to the audience like the first day, still willing to stand up to raise funds and help the community. That is what makes Chris Pratt's story more than just a story of success. It's a story about a man who knows how to rise up at the right time, dares to change when the opportunity comes, dares to love and start over after a breakup, and most importantly, dares to be himself in every situation. From an old truck on the beach of Hawaii to billion-dollar blockbusters. From a clumsy comedian to a powerful superstar. From days of doubt to a position that no one can deny. That is the journey that Hollywood rarely witnesses. And if you need proof that no one is destined to stay in one place forever, look at Chris Pratt. Because sometimes, the greatest role is the one you write from your own life. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your opinion so that I have the motivation to make better videos.